Peace, peace, peace. You can stay or you don't have to. Either way, this message is about to be out. Peace, family. Peace, peace, peace. Go ahead and get your notepad out, pencil, and jot it down later as you listen to this on the replay. There we go. There we go. We gotta get the frequencies right. You know what I mean? Highlander connected. Boom. Auto player. Boom. Skip all that. Boom. Okay. Now. Peace, peace, peace. Hello, beautiful. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Okay, here we go. Gotta get the frequencies right before I head out my driveway. Make sure I don't need nothing else in here. Oh yeah, I do need this purse. If my phone happens to overheat, which I speak upon it not happening, I will come back live again. I need the bell because some entities don't like the sound. It's one of the things I teach in my protection class. They don't like that. They don't like it at all. Alright. Now that we got that. 11:11 was on the clock when I started this live. We got the frequencies right. Yeah. Where am I going to head first before I give y'all this message? I got to go to the market to get some oyster mushrooms so I can fry that up tonight. I think I'm going to go get me some Starbucks. Yeah, why not? Starbucks sounds good to me. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Hey, how are you? What happened to the music? Because I'm backing up? Hold on, wait, before I back up. Oh, I changed the music. Alright. Gotta make sure we get this back in action. Alright, there we go. And bear with me, you guys. Bear with me. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Okay, we're back. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? So I want to talk to y'all today about sacrifice. That's going to be the name of this video. Share with your friends. Hey, I got some notes as well, so I'm going to put this over here. Sacrifice. You always hear about especially in the conscious community, right? You always hear about sacrifice, like the Illuminati sacrifice this person, Illuminati this, Illuminati that. The Illuminati sacrifice a relative. That's not what I'm trying to reconnect. When I'm talking about sacrifice, and let me load this windows up so y'all can hear me. I'm glad I'm on these country roads. You can do that. But when we're talking about, can y'all hear me? Oh, good, over the music. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I want to make sure the audio is correct. Audio good? Y'all can hear me? You hear me good? I don't have my microphone in because I have the charger on just to make sure that the phone stays hit the heart button. Go ahead and hit the heart button. It doesn't take much to do that. That's the exchange of energy as well. It doesn't take much, but the index of your finger to hit the screen on your phone on the heart. Hit it a few times. That helps the live be set up in the algorithm, so others can come across this video, and when they come across this video, it could be a lifesaver for them. No, literally, yeah, lifesaver. It could be so much of a gem that it helped switch their thinking in matters of the seconds, minutes, maybe days. Maybe they'll come back to the video and watch it again. But this is the truth, right? So thank you for that. If you don't mind, you can share it on your timeline. Share with your friends as well, family. Go ahead and tag somebody in this live. I'm gonna get to the live in a minute. I know, when you gonna get to the live? Get straight to the point. You got those, right? Alright, so I'm gonna get straight to the point. Hold your bridges. We was talking about sacrificing. You gotta sacrifice to get what you want. Yeah, you gotta make sacrifices to get what you want. That's not to say you need to hurt anyone. That's not to say, disclaimer, you need to hurt yourself. That's not the sacrifice that I'm speaking of. What I'm speaking of sacrifice, if you look at the definition of sacrifice, is letting go of one thing that does not serve you to obtain something that you desire. Now, it's a lot of you that I have spoken to in the past. I have a lot of clients that I do one-on-one workshops with. I teach this on a daily basis. I'm learning and growing on a daily basis as well. And I only teach from what I know. So what I know for certain and what I know for a fact is I had to sacrifice to get where I am today. Where are you today, Cecilia? Are you speaking on a 3D perspective? Are you speaking to me on a 5D perspective? I could tell you where I am not. I could tell you where I was on both levels. On a 3D, imagine this little girl, born in Savannah, Georgia, raised in Brooklyn, New York, parents divorced at 13, so by the way, raised in Long Island in a racist school system. I was called a nigger for the first time. By the way, raised in Connecticut. By the way, raised back in Brooklyn. By the way, raised in Atlanta, Georgia. By the way, raised in Connecticut. By the way, moved to Kentucky for a good 13 years when I was married. By the way, moved back to Connecticut to live with my mom at 30-something years old to get my shit together, to get away and shift out of a paradigm that I knew I did not desire. By the way, manifesting where I am currently in North Carolina, living beautifully in gratitude every day when I look back on my life and where I've come from. And that's not just I can, sit here and boast about the material things. And a lot of people will say that's something to be proud of, which it is. I don't like to show off or boast. I may show time to time a glimpse of where I'm at now, and that's to inspire, but it's never to brag because I know where I came from. On the 5D, I came from people pleasing. I came from not setting boundaries. I came from not listening to my intuition. I came from thinking outside the box, but never speaking on it. I came from that little soft-spoken little girl, shy, from afraid of not being heard, and at most times I was not heard, I was overlooked. I came from a very strong spiritual line of women that understood their powers. May not have expressed it how I am expressing it today, but they have expressed it, and when they did, they made changes. I've seen my great-grandmother heal. I've seen my grandmother lay hands and heal. I've seen my mother heal. So now we talk about all that, and we talk about sacrifice. To get where I am now and to go where I am going, let me know, it's AC now. I had to make sacrifices. I had to sacrifice the old me. Supreme risings. I had to sacrifice my thoughts. I had to sacrifice my perspective. I had to sacrifice where I am placing my attention. Yeah. Who I'm giving my attention to, where I'm giving my attention to. I had to sacrifice the world which I lived in. I had to sacrifice, baby, the old programming that was instilled upon me, and I had no choice. And I don't blame anyone, because everyone in my family was only growing and ascending at the level they could. What they were taught, and not everything they were taught were bad. I took the good, I took the bad, I took the ugly. I took looking at my parents and how they operated on an emotional level. How they transcend on the emotional level. And I had to evaluate myself on how I operate. And that's another video later when we talk about breaking generational curses. But sacrifice is not sacrificing someone. It's not sacrificing a goat. I mean, big ups to people that do. That's a beautiful thing. That's your journey. But I'm talking about sacrificing viewpoints. Look at that grass over there. You have to sacrifice what excites you. I'm hitting on one today, baby. Yes. Thank you for the stars. That's my collection plate. Yes. Thank you for the exchange of energy. If you understand the concept of exchange of energy, then you will give more. I'm not just talking about me speaking generally. I'm just speaking generally. You'll give to receive. Okay, so on that note, sacrifice is sacrificing what excites you. And whoo, I hit one on that one because I wasn't expecting that. I know, I hear y'all. I hear you. So what I mean by what excites you is a frequency is a very hard, I'm going to say that. Take that back. Thank you, Spirit. Nothing hard about it. It's a very complex thing. It could be so complex that it's diverse in how you rearrange. You can't fix it. You have to rearrange it. So you're so comfortable and so used to a certain frequency, although you desire something else, you may feel stuck in a certain energy or frequencies, right? And that's because what your body, your body is so used to. Your body is like a memory. It's like a cabinet. cabinet where we store a lot of things. And those things you may forget about mentally, but your body always remember. That's a whole nother video too. I'm not gonna gatekeep. I'm gonna keep coming with it, okay? So bear with me. You have to sacrifice what excites you, because what excites you now, you have to ask yourself. You have to ask yourself, does the version of me that I desire and that I am becoming get the same excitement from what I'm excited about now? And that could be a habit, that could be being around certain people, that could be your environment, that could be your living situation, that could be food, drinks, drugs, relationship. What excites you? So when you sit with yourself and you ask yourself, is my future self? We're talking about paradigms, right? Being multiple paradigms. Does that version of me, will that excite her or he? And if the answer is no, then you know you have to change that. What excites you? What stresses you? Now, a lot of spiritual people that call themselves spiritual will say, you know, you're not allowed, or you shouldn't be stressed out, and blah 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 blah. And life be lifing. Things come up. Things come up. Family will stress you. Your children may stress you. You know, people commenting radical things will stress you. Things you may see on your timeline may stress you. But it's not it's not the stress itself you know that happens. It's how you move. It's how you observe yourself in that moment of being stressed. It's how you either switch it there or you stay there. It's the test that the universe will give you. It's the test that the universe will give you. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta order me a drink. Yeah, I gotta give me some Starbucks. Yeah. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad that you are patient enough to stick around. Give me a few minutes, because you know how that goes. Hello, Cosmic Rising, and I would like a iced matcha latte made with almond milk.
What's that?
We'll take the grande today.
Grande iced matcha, almond milk.
Yes, please. Can I have a little whipped cream? I'm cheating today.
I got you.
Thank you.
Don't tell nobody.
I'm on live right now, right? Yeah, I won't tell nobody.
Oh. 686.
Thank you. Alright, so I don't care, I like what I like. Okay, so what excites you? Okay, so we talked about that, right? So let me get back to my notes. Hey Nina, how are you? What stresses you? What angers you? We talked about changing your perception. Man, can we talk about that? Can we talk about viewpoints and changing your perception? Because where you are now and where you desire to be, you have to change your perception in order to reach that new height, that peak. You know, I teach a lot of, when I do mentorships, I've gravitated, or people have gravitated to me that are entrepreneurs or inspired to be one. And that's probably because I am. And where I have mastered in myself on bringing myself to a level of security with that. So when I teach entrepreneurs and they're at a ceiling that they can't break or they can't seem to break, they come to me and I teach them how to break that ceiling.
Morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Good. Can't complain. No
Right.
reason to, because it's not going to solve anything.
What I'm trying to say.
Apple Pay?
Apple Pay.
Yes.
To answer the tip, you should take the tap.
All right.
And you know
$2.
Hey.
Hopefully my phone
Caffeine
is not
hasn't hit
loud.
my liver yet, so I'm trying my best.
No, right?
You want the receipt?
No. Thank you.
What about a straw?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Just too much whipping, you're good.
That's pretty, yes.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Have a great day.
Thank you. All right, you guys. There we go. Off to the market. Fresh market it is. So divine. Okay. I got almond milk, but I put whipped cream on it. All right, so let's talk about it. I'm going to give you an example of how, hey Antoine, how are you? All right, so I'm going to give you an example. Let me close this. I like a little fresh air when I'm driving. I have the AC on because it's like 100 degrees, but I like the natural fresh air to come. I'm weird, but I'm trying not to keep it open so y'all can hear me because of the wind. All right, so, hey, it's 10 people on here. I'm excited. Hello. You're here because you need to hear this. You're not here. I don't believe in by, coincidence or anything like that. I believe in all divine order. So, greetings. All right. So we'll get into the good part. Perception. Breaking those ceilings. And I was talking about how I have a lot of mentees that come to me that are like, well, I'm only able to have $30,000 a month. And it seems like I can't break that ceiling. Or I have some clients, that say, I can't break $100,000 a month. I'm trying to break that ceiling, right? And it's always because of the inner being, their feelings, their perception. So I'm gonna break this down in two ways where you can understand me real quick. I'm gonna give you some free game. It's a little free game, right? The free game is, imagine you walking into a bar, right? I'm gonna make it a little exciting, and it's happy hour, and you have the hostess. It's a nice fancy one, so you have the hostess come to you, and say you're at this bar in a foreign country, right? And it's a bearer of languages. Yeah, let's say it's a bearer of languages. Say you're in Mexico. Yeah. So you speak English, they speak Spanish, right? Picture it. And you get seated at the bar, and you already know, hey, you're gonna get seated, right? That's obvious. So you get seated at the bar, and the bartender comes and hands you their menu, like all the specials on it for the happy hour, prices and everything, right? So they give you time to look over this menu. You're looking at the menu, you're observing that menu, and you see something that catches your eye. The bartender comes back over, and you're pointing to observing a margarita, and you're saying, I don't like this margarita. I don't like it with salt. I don't like its apple. I want cherry. I don't like this. And you're pointing to that margarita on the menu. And the bartender doesn't know what you're saying. It's a frequency. Doesn't know what you're saying. You don't understand what they're saying. But you're pointing at that, and you're talking to them like, I don't... And then you hand the menu over to the bartender. Guess what the bartender's going to bring back? This is how the universe operates, right? The bartender's going to hand you the same margarita that you pointed at, that you described, and you said, I hate that. The salt, it's going to be apple instead of cherry or strawberry. It's going to be everything that you said you didn't like and you pointed to. The bartender's going to hand it to you, and you're going to be sitting there and like, but I said I didn't like that. I didn't want that. is where you place your attention and the emotion behind it, the energy behind it. Because that's how the universe works. It doesn't work off of, you know, you being pretty, you being cute, you being ugly, none of that. It doesn't. It operates off what you are placing your attention to and the feeling behind it. See, I used to think this way as well when it comes to a lot of, you know, metaphysical or spiritual people. Then they say it's mental. Yes, it is mental. Definitely mental. Because it starts there. It's a seed. Mental, thought, right? Thoughts become into what? Action. Action becomes into what? Emotions. Emotions become into what? All right, you get me now. Oh, hey, I'm so proud of y'all. I love y'all. That's the only way I could break it down so where you're understanding what I'm saying to you about how the universe operates. So mental, we said it starts there. Okay, what you think? Your thoughts of the day. Oh, you thought something negative about yourself. Okay. Did you correct that? Or did you sit and wallow in that? Because a thought is a thought, you know, after they say, well, it's 7 seconds or 21 seconds. I don't know. But it's a certain amount of time. You can sit in something and think about it so much, you get a feeling behind it. Just like you think of something in the past, your brain doesn't know or function and operates on past, future, present. When you think about something of the past and you have a feeling towards that certain something, your brain doesn't know that, oh, that is in the past. It operates and knows that this is a feeling in the now. So guess what it's operating and bringing to you? More of what you keep talking about and keep placing your attention to that. It's going to create more of that. It's going to create more situations. It's a frequency. I want you to sit with that for a minute. I want you to sit with it for a minute. I got some more juice for you. Let me sip my matcha. Feel good. So now that we got that, emotions, the heart. If I wasn't driving right now, I'd do the heart dance for you. The heart, the heart, the heart. You know what? I am so grateful in this lifetime, and most likely the past, because if I have it this lifetime, I had it in the past. And I'm honoring myself. I need y'all to do that for yourself every day. And my aunt teaches you to your heart in chemic science. Your heart should be as light as a feather. I'm so proud of my heart, and that makes me want to cry. I ain't got no makeup on, so I ain't got to worry about no makeup, but I am driving, so. I'm not perfect by a long shot. I have not always been where I am now, but I've always had a good heart. At least I mean the best for myself, for people, other people, especially before myself, and now myself included first. Not being bitter, but being better. I've been through a lot of things, and that will be in a book some baby day. In a book, I don't like writing, so it might be in a video form or audio. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if you took from that audio book, you will learn a lot about me, and I know it's gems that will help you or anyone not you specifically, but anyone that is in a position where I was and where I am now, where I'm going. It's an inspiration. But my heart is big, y'all. And I still wear my heart on my sleeves. I really do. To the point I used to think it was a curse. was a freaking curse, because say I'm not going to do it again and I open myself up again and get hurt again. And I know why, the reasons why. It's a frequency, right? So I'm just going to align myself with that certain frequency of how I feel about myself. If I'm not worthy, I'm going to place myself in positions where people think that I'm not worthy. And they think they're not worthy, so it's going to be detrimental. But the heart, when we talk about emotions and how you feel, see, people can, I love crystals, right? I'm not talking about anybody that wear crystals. If you wear crystals, know the meanings behind the crystals. But I'm just speaking on a layman term, so where everyone can understand me, whether you into crystals or not. Whatever religion you believe, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Yahshua, universe, whatever. Okay, where your heart's at, it's always going to show up in your life. Your life is going to be a reflection of that. See, people can come online and they can have the beautiful aesthetics. They can have all the beautiful words. They can dress the part. They could put, the vegan in front of their name. I'm vegan, or I'm pescatarian, or they could put the jewelry on. They can wrap their hair like I did today, looking scrumptious. They can do all of that. But where your heart is, you can't fake that. You can fake everything else. You can fake everything. But where your heart is and where your heart weighs, you can't fool the universe. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. I don't care how you, I don't care how good you think you is. I don't care how good and how honorable you think you are. I don't care if you think how it's everyone else's fault but yours. Everyone doing but yours. I don't care. The universe does not give a fuck either. Excuse my language. Woo! I tried not to. It just feels good. But I'm gonna have to blurt that out for my YouTube video. But the universe don't care about none of that. You know what the universe is resonating with? Yeah, your heart space. So I desire, somebody say, I desire peace. I desire more money. I desire a new home. I desire a new car. Okay. That's what the universe gonna say. Okay, where your heart at? And for your heart to be what it ought to be, to get you to your desirable life that you want to live, you have to practice changing your perspective. You have to practice changing your perspective. You have to practice changing your perspective. You have to practice changing your thought pattern. You can't be envious of other people. You can't be jealous of other people. You can't be hating on other people. You can't be hating on other people's accomplishments. You can't be slandering people. You can't be judging. to the point where you're just pointing. You, because you point one finger, there's 10 pointing right back at you. You have to feel worthy. You have to know that you're worthy and feel worthy. So you desire, can't hate on yourself, right? Worthy. That's why I said about worthiness. You have to know that you are worthy. So if you see someone accomplishing great things, you see that person in yourself. Oh, I can accomplish great things. You have to sacrifice the things that don't matter. That's what sacrifice is. It's sacrificing the things that do not matter, the things that are taking up space, whether it's mental, physically, emotionally, to allow what you truly desire to take place of that. It has no room. Your new version of you is like, hell, I've been here. But you won't allow me in. You won't let me in. You won't make space. Make space today. Make space. So, I'm going to give you one more example before I leave here. And then I'm going to go. Because I got things to do. Alright? I love y'all. I'm not picking my boogers. I have a nose ring in here. You can see. I'm just fixing that. People are weird. I hear everything. So, this is a number one question that I get during a reading or any type of healing session. Any type of energy transmission. I get that the question is, why do bad things happen to good people? Especially around the events that are happening around the world. I'm just going to say that. Why do bad things happen to good people? And we talked about all of this when it comes to the universe not being biased at all. It doesn't care about your morals to a degree. What it cares about is the frequency. So, for instance, gravity. If you drop, I don't want to say that because I know I'm going to get some backlash for that. So I'm going to try to clean that up a little bit so you can understand me. If you drop a puppy out the window, it's a little innocent puppy, right? It's cute. It's cute, right? Because the universe don't care about cute. And you drop it out the window, say it's 6 stories high, it's going to fall. Right? If you did the same scenario, in the same scenario, you kicked a bad person, say he was a murderer, you kicked him out the window, guess what's going to happen? He's going to fall down to the ground from the same window, six stories high. It cares about, universe is operating on a frequency. So, let's say that you have a kind heart, but you have old programs, you have thoughts about yourself that are not so visually, right, speaking, it's not so pretty. It's not highly, you don't think highly of yourself. Matter of fact, you think low of yourself. You think of those times that, you know, you was with that ex-husband or that ex-wife and they abuse you verbally. They abuse you spiritually. Because they ciphered your energy. They just keep taking, their empty vessels just keep taking. You just kept giving. That's what I mean by spiritually. And you may have been abused emotionally. Made you feel real low about yourself by the verbal abuse. They may have beaten you physically. You took yourself out that situation, but you did not heal that. You didn't heal the root cause of why you was in that position in the first place. So you're feeling unworthy. So he or she, with that unworthiness feeling from those experiences, or parents told you, you can't do that. You can't do this. Nobody else in the family done that. That's not possible. Look where you're at. Look where you're from. We talk about generational curses. That's what a generational curse is. So it's all about perception and perspective and thoughts. So you have these thoughts, and those thoughts lead to where you give your attention to. So you look at the world through that lens of, you know, all men ain't shit. All women ain't shit. So you put yourself in those positions where you naturally will attract to a no good shit woman, no good shit man. You're like, why I keep getting in the same relationships? I'm just speaking on layman terms so you can understand what frequencies is and how this operates, okay? So we're just speaking of relationships as example. There's so many different others, but we're going to use a relationship part. And you're like, well, it's a whole new relationship. It started out great, peaches and cream, you know, for the first 6 months. Sometimes it only takes 10 days to see the real person. The mask come off, and it's the same energy in a different person. And you're like, that ego, woo, we're going to talk about that another lot. The ego will play you if you allow it. That motherfucker, that ego, boy, that ego could be so devilish. That ego will, woo, the entities that be attached to that ego, if you don't fix that, that ego be like, I told you so. It will give you every and any evidence of you being right. The ego be like, yeah, that nigga ain't shit. Yeah, that woman ain't shit. I knew it. I knew I was right. Because that's what you told yourself. That's what you allowed in your cipher. That's what you allowed in your spirit. That's what you allowed through your mind. That's what you allowed in your heart. And your heart is, ooh, the heart. The heart. We talked about the emotions and the feelings, right? The heart. Let's look at the heart as a magnet. That's what it is. Right? What you desire, what you're manifesting, the heart is going to be a magnet for that. But your heart feels this pain. It feels those emotions of that. Over that's in your head. You feel that. You relive it. You keep reliving it. And you keep experiencing. Your ego is like, oh my God. Yeah, I told y'all motherfuckers this right. Yeah. Your heart emits out into the universe, and the universe gives right back what the heart is feeling. I'm gonna get off of here. I think I gave you enough gems for today. Thank you for, you know, hitting the heart button on here. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the exchange of energy. That's another video. Exchanges of energy. You have to give in order to receive, and you have to give from a heart, right? It doesn't mind to give freely, because the more you give. You ever notice when rich people, let me close my window, oh God, you ever notice when rich people, well, a lot of rich people that I know, right? They give freely. They give 10%, not even 10%. They give, you know, 1.5% of what they have, and that'd be a lot. They give. They don't mind giving because they know they're going to get it back. Just like you always seen millionaires or billionaires or trillionaires lose it all and they get it right back. because they be on that frequency. But that's another video too. But you have to give in order to receive. You have to let go. You have to sacrifice. That's the name of this video, sacrifice, in order to receive. And the first thing to sacrifice is your perspective, your thought patterns, where you give your attention, the stress, the worry, anxiety. Yeah. You want to be that person you desire? Ask yourself every time that you, and what excites you. Ask your time every time before you make a move. That version of me. Will that version of me accept that? Will that version of me do that? Will that version of me think that way? You have to walk it, you have to talk it, and you have to know it to become it. Alright, well, I love y'all. Peace and much blessings to you all. Have a beautiful day.